Hello guys, it's Sapphire Morningstar, and I am here with a review of Siren, Season 1, Episode 6. It's titled Showdown. But within this episode, we know that Dr. Decker, that's the scientist from the the military facility, and he is searching for Donna. So what happens in this episode is there's danger closing in on both, Ren and Donna. Their varied views on the human beings is putting them at risk of getting caught by the wrong people. So we know what Donna's experience is that, her experience with human beings is that they hurt us, they're not to be trusted. Ren's, experience with human beings is Maddie and Ben are nice, they're trying to help us. So this is causing conflict between these two sisters. And when Dr. Decker ends up finally finding Donna, Ren and Donna, they try to attack him, right? They try to tag team like, oh, are you about to die? But Ben and Maddie, because this all goes down at this charity party that his mom was throwing. And the dad wanted Ben to come because mom was denied again for another, experimental procedure, because she's paralyzed from the waist down, and he wanted his son there for support. Mom still being snooty towards Maddie. The dad likes Maddie, but the mom's like, she's like, I don't even want what's best for my son. No, sound like you want your Ben to be a mama's boy. Like, Ben is in love with Maddie. Get over it, Mom. Okay, get over it. So they at the party, right, and then they hear the siren song. We know that Decker hears the one that was sung by Donald, so that's why he leaves. And obviously, Ben only heard Ren, so that's why he leaves too. So they try to stop Ren from killing Ben, and because Ren still doesn't grasp a lot of human complexities, I guess you would say. She sees that Ben trying to prevent her from killing him, and she sees that she takes it as Ben is siding with the bad man. That's what they refer to him as, the bad man. He's like, no, he just doesn't want her to, to just kill him, because if they were to kill him, obviously, Ren already has herself, sort of wanted from the dude that was trying to rape her, which he deserved it, but still is a murder, so you don't need to be on their radar even more. And not only that, but you got the military looking out, military after you as well. And he's working with the military. It's pretty much he's trying to prevent them from making the situation worse. And he ends up telling Dexter, look, call your peoples and say, back off. Excuse me. And so what happens is, he goes and calls, I think it's the general or admiral, one of the terms. And the dude's like, he's like, well, thank you for your help, blah, blah, blah. Basically saying, we're not pulling out, we're going to do what we do. Because what Decker tells him at the party is that the Navy's out in the ocean, they're overfishing, so it's forcing the mermaid people to come to the surface. They have those lures out, you remember those black boxes that has the speech inside of it, and is luring them, so when they have to come to the surface, they gonna think that's one of their people who might want to go to it. And they actually have these, I think they said it was like, I'm not sure, I can't remember if it was specifically a ship or some sort of cage, but it's gonna be something that's gonna be, they're trying to catch them, all right? Which I was trying to figure out why I knew about mermaids so much, and it's all because of Decker. So because when they researched on Decker, he wrote some papers on the aquatic, humanoid theory, the aquatic human theory that, it's similar to the human evolution theory that we all came from apes, but it's supposed to be, you got the apes that stayed on land, you got then the theory, it diverges to that you got the apes that dwelled into the water and it became mer people. They kind of explain that theory, and if you ever seen the pseudo documentary that was on Sci-Fi called Mermaids, the Body Found, you probably find clips of it on YouTube somewhere. But yeah, they explain that theory. And that was the first time I ever heard of that theory too. I was like, aquatic ape theory, I never heard of that theory. But yeah, you learn something every day. So with this research, and I think they said that he's worked at several universities, but his theory was like, okay, dude, you crazy? We don't want you at the university. And I think he went off the grid, so to say, 2008. So because to me that makes so much sense when you look back at the first episode and the fact that the military quickly arrived at that boat and took Chris away, and they came because a creature attacked them. That could have been a shark. But cause I was trying to figure out, like, the military would have to already know there's some idea of merman people being in that ocean for them to come that quickly to that boat. So I was trying to figure out why would they know that like that, and now we know why, because the Decker, it kind of just puts everything together. So with so after the little incident, they, Maddie and Donna walk away, and I keep saying Maddie. I don't know why I keep supposed to say Maddie. It's Ren, Donna and Ren. So Donna and Ren, they walk away. Ren is just a little bit mad. It's pretty much just mad at Ben, but Donna's like, "See, told you." It's like, because Donna is the oldest, obviously. Ren is the baby sister. So Donna's like, told you, like, how you trying to prove a point to your little sister or your little sibling, like, I told you so. That's basically kind of how Donna is right now, like, I told you so, right? And so Maddie's like, I'm not going, I keep saying Maddie, it's Ren, oh my God. Ren's like, I'm not going back to the water because, she's mad at Ben, but she knows that Ben and Maddie are still good people, and they're trying to help, they're trying to help not only her, but her sister and the rest of their people. And Donna's like, ugh, and she walks off and heads towards the dock, to get back in the water. Now, while she's, and that because she's been out the water too long, when they're too long out the water, their skin starts to break down because they need to get back in the water. So Xander sees her. Xander and Chris is on the boat, and he's like, yo, call your boy up. Get him away from his girlfriend. Get him here. And so he sees Donna, because Chris points out, like, hey, that's the nurse lady. So Xander goes to follow her, and she, jumps into the water, what happens when they transform the water. So he's watching, like, this chemical reaction happen on the water, and then he sees her tail when she, when they do that little flip thing, like whales and dolphins do when they flip their little tails up out the water and they jump back in. Yeah, so he sees that, he's like, oh my God. So then he leaves a message on Ben's phone saying that, I saw the mermaid, I knew it, I'm going after her. And Ben's like, oh, great. Now I don't have to worry about the military. Now he has to worry about his friends and they're trying to catch a mermaid. So he's like, So Ben's like, I'm gonna go ahead and stop them. And Maddie's like, let me go with it. And he's like, no, because if Ren, hasn't left back in the ocean or she comes back, he wants one of them to be, be there, for her. So Maddie's like, all right. And so we see we see Ren at the, I think she's outside of Ben's house, because Ben is like on this, like, houseboat. So she's at the dock, she's like sort of deciding, should she go back in the water or should she wait in Ben's house? So she ends up getting ready, go back into the water, and then she is stopped by the police officer, because you gotta remember, her sister and her at this time are wanted suspects. So she's caught by the police. I'm like, all right, officer, this is not gonna be a great day for you. This is not going to be a great day for you. But then I also don't want her to shoot Ren, because I don't think Ren know what a gun is. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Ren has ever seen what a gun can do. And I really don't want Ren to get hurt. Like, I don't want the officer to shoot her in. I don't. So plot-wise, that is pretty much all for that show. And what I also thought was interesting is, because, Ren is, still learning human behaviors. Early in the episode, Ben is getting ready to go meet up with his dad, talk about, because he's supposed to be like the environmentalist consultant for his dad's company, because his dad owns this fishing company. So he's like, I'm getting ready to go. So he's getting ready to go. So he looks at Maddie and goes, bye, Maddie, I love you. After he done fixed, both of them breakfast, Maddie some nice seafood food, and for Ren a nice big fish. And so he goes, bye, Maddie, love you, and kisses her. And then Ren stands up because she sees him leaving, and she kisses Ben and says, I love you, and then sits back down to eat. So, and I noticed that a lot of comments, they are hoping for this sort of romantic relationship between either Maddie and Ren, or Ren and Maddie, or what's the proper word for it? A poly relationship. I'm not going to pronounce it wrong. I'm going to say poly for sure. A poly relationship between all three, but that's not what it is. Ren is just pretty much mimicking what she's seen them do to each other. In her mind, this is how they say This is pretty much how, well, this is how we humans do tend to show affection. But that's pretty much how she speaks it up. She's seen Ben kiss Maddie before he's leaving out and say, I love you. So all she's doing is sort of literally repeating the same thing. It's like when you see kids mimicking what their parents do. Kids they don't understand the meaning behind it. They're just mimicking a behavior that they've seen. So that's essentially what Ren is doing. She's mimicking what she's seen these two do with each other. She's seen them kiss before. I think it was the first time she seen them kiss was she walked in on them and they was getting in the shower, about to do, and she's just looking at them. So, because I'm guessing the mating process is probably different between mer people. So I know the way she shows her sister affection is completely different. They touch foreheads, and it's more of a like, you ever see cats when they greet each other, they sort of like rub their heads against each other and stuff like that. So the type of affection that I'm seeing that mer people show each other is completely different from how human beings show affection from each other. So Ren is pretty much, watching Maddie and Ben and mimicking their displays of affection, essentially. And another thing is with Donna is that she sees that her sister she sees that her sister has this growing affection for mankind. And she notices this when they go over to Helen's house, and Helen's like, cause y'all need to talk, cause Ellen's hoping that Donna could convince Ren to go back to the water. And when Donna notices the way Ren picks up the cup and drinks the chamomile tea that Helen drinks for her, she's like, human, because her sister has been among these humans for a minute now, and she's slowly, I guess you say, adopting their ways, and this is clearly ticking her big sister off. Donna doesn't like her because she feels like she's sort of losing her sister to the human world, I guess you would say. Sort of like King Triton's fear in The Little Mermaid of Ariel being so curious about the human race and stuff like that. Sort of that same situation. So that is all for this episode. Next week's episode definitely going to be good. From the promos, we got Ben, Xander, Chris on the ship, and they getting attacked by a merman. I'm like, oh snap! And apparently somebody dies. I'm like, this is going to be good. And so we have season 1 is only supposed to be 10 episodes long. So this is episode 6 that has just aired. So we have 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have 4 more episodes to the first season over, and I really hope they get really good show. And also one more thing I wanted to add is Helen is, I ain't gonna lie, Helen is getting on her. At first, in the beginning, like first few episodes, she was interested in, but now she's just annoying to me. Like, you need to get back on land. Like, she do understand that there's overfishing. They have no food. That's why Bren doesn't want to go back. They have. I'm pretty sure she hears Ben saying this. Like, they have no food there. This is why they're trying to help Ren and her sister Donna. They have no food, so literally sending them back is signing them up to get die by starvation, or they're gonna get caught. Like, does not Helen understand how serious this situation is? We is at a red alert. We's at a red alert here. Telling them to get back in the water is really not safe for them at this point. Granted, it's not safe for them on land, but it's probably easier for Ben and Maddie to protect Ren and her sister at this point and try to help them where they can on land. Sending them back to the water is literally a suicide at this point. That's all I'm saying. It's like, I don't think Helen understands it. Plus, I think Helen's being a bit hypocrite since she's a mermaid herself. I don't see you jumping back in the water, Helen. Okay, you living your life nicely up here. You got a shop. You mix and mingle with human beings. I'm just saying, you seem like a hypocrite telling them to get back in the water. What about you, Helen? What about you? Just saying. Anyway, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for the next episode of Siren.